Hi, we were talking about quadratic equations. In the previous video, we saw the quadratic formula. So that formula is nothing but a formula which helps us to find the roots of a general quadratic equation, say ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, without having to use the longer methods that we've seen earlier. So for this particular equation, if alpha 1 and alpha 2 are the roots of this particular equation, then we can write alpha 1 is equal to minus b plus under root b square minus 4ac by 2a, and alpha 2 is equal to minus b minus under root b square minus 4ac by 2a. So these are the two roots of this equation. Now in this video we'll look at a few worded problems that would help us further understand how to build a quadratic equation when a situation is given to us, and then we can use the quadratic formula or this relationship to find out its roots and what values would in turn satisfy that situation. So here's the first example. So the question reads, a boat whose speed is 18 kilometers per hour in still water takes 1 hour more to go 24 kilometers upstream than to return downstream to the same point. Find the speed of the stream. So if this is the question, let us first draw a figure just to have a clear idea of what the question means. So if this is point A and this is point B, the distance between which is given as 24 kilometers. Now let's say point A is the higher point or the point upstream, and this is point B, which is the downstream point. So the flow of the stream would be from A to point B. So if this is the stream, the direction of the flow of stream is from point A to point B, and let's say that it is traveling at speed of x kilometers per hour. So when the boat is traveling upstream, that means it's traveling from point B to point A, and when it's traveling from B to A, we can see that the direction of the arrows are opposite. Hence the stream is opposing the motion of the boat. So what will happen is the speed of the boat will get reduced from the actual speed of 18 kilometers per hour. So we can say that the actual speed of the boat would be 18 kilometers per hour minus x kilometers per hour. We see that there is a negative sign here because that speed is opposing the motion of the boat. So this is the effective speed, and the total distance that the boat has to cover is 24 kilometers. So if the total distance of 24 kilometers is divided by the actual speed of the boat, we will get the time that it will take to travel upstream. We can call it time TU. So TU is the time that the boat takes to travel upstream. Now similarly, when the boat is traveling downstream, that means from point A to point B in this direction. In this case, the effective speed of the boat would be 18 km per hour plus x kilometers per hour. Now this is the effective speed, and we can observe that x is being added to the actual speed of the boat that was in still water, because the stream is assisting the motion of the boat and not opposing it. And the total distance also this time is 24 kilometers. So the time taken by the boat to travel downstream, or TD, is given by 24 by 18 plus x. Now these times TD and TU are in hours because this kilometer would get cancelled and this 1 by r will go up and will form r. So these times TU and TD have the units of R. We are also given an important information in the question. That is, the time taken by the boat to go upstream is equal to 1 more than the time taken by the boat to come downstream, that is TD. So we know that this relation is true. It's given in the question. So if we can replace the values of TU and TD from these two equations in this equation, let's call it equation 1, then we can easily find the value of x. So let's see how that shapes up. So this equation 1 here can be written as TU, or 24 over 18 minus x, is equal to 1 plus TD would be 24 over 18 plus x. Now this is what equation 1 has turned out to be. Let's call it equation 1a. Now we just have to solve this equation in order to find out the value of x. So here let me just bring this term 24 by 18 plus x to the left hand side, and we would have 24 by 18 minus x minus 24 by 18 plus x is equal to 1. So if we take the LCM here in the denominator, we would have 18 minus x multiplied with 18 plus x, and the numerator would become, I can take out 24 common, and inside I would get 18 plus x minus 18 minus x in brackets, which is nothing but 24 into, here 18 would be negative and x will be positive. So I will have 24 into 2x, because 18 and 18 would get cancelled, and I would have x plus x, that is 2x. And the denominator would be 18 square minus x square. How did I get this? Because this is of the form a minus b into a plus b, which is nothing but a square minus b square. So I got 18 square minus x square is equal to 1, as was here. Now I can just take the denominator and transpose it to the right hand side, and I will get 24 into 2 is 48. 48x is equal to 18 square, that is 324 minus x square. And when I further write it, I will get x square plus 48x minus 324 is equal to 0. Now this is the quadratic equation that we were waiting for, and we have successfully formed it. Now we just have to find out the value of x from here. Now there are multiple ways of doing it, as we've seen. The first way was splitting the middle term. That can be easily applied here, or we can solve it by completing the square method. But here I'll show you how to do it by using the quadratic formula. So let's see. We'll compare this equation with ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. And on comparing, we'll get the values of a as 1, b as 48, and c as minus 324. Now we can easily find out the roots. The roots are given by x equal to minus b, or minus 48, plus minus under root of b square, that is 48 square minus 4ac. 4 into 1 into c. c is minus 324, and divided by 2a, and a is 1, so I will just have 2 in the denominator. So we can just easily solve this. That would give us x equal to minus 48 plus minus under root of, so 48 square is 2304. You can calculate it, and here minus into minus would give me a plus, and 4 into 324 would be 1296. Yeah. So under root this whole over 2. So inside the root I have 2304 plus 1296, which is nothing but 3600. So this would become minus 48 plus minus under root 3600 by 2. Now root 3600 is 60 because 6 square is 36 and 60 square would be 3600. So this value is equal to negative 48 plus minus 60 by 2, or I will get x is equal to negative 48 minus 60 by 2 or minus 48 plus 60 by 2. So this will be minus 108, and on dividing by 2 I will have minus 54. So x is either equal to minus 54 or x is equal to minus 48 plus 60 would be 12 divided by 2 would be 6. So these are the solutions that we have. X is either equal to minus 54 or x equal to 6. But then if you remember, x was the speed of the stream and it cannot be negative. So we can easily say that this is our final answer. So we have eliminated this answer and the only answer left with us is x equal to 6 kilometers per hour. So that is the speed with which the stream is traveling. Bye.